All right. Thanks, guys, for bearing with me here over the past 2 months as I go through some of these copyright notice claims from this really terrible and faulty system within YouTube. Some companies outright doing false claims, others complaining that YouTube system is messed up, doing the claims for them, even though they don't want to claim the material. Um, I've been fighting a lot of them individually. I have a lot of email threads right now going back and forth between various companies. I've been very diplomatic as much as possible, and I'm very sorry that this has sort of caused a few delays on some of my video content recently. Usually it takes me, towards the end of December and a little bit at the beginning of January to get out all the top lists, but all the top lists haven't been done yet. I'm still working on those too, but honestly, some priorities have to come before that, and this is one of them. I'm not looking forward to what's going to happen when YouTube actually implements that new monetization review system where it takes hours, days, probably weeks for a video to get approved to be monetized as an affiliate partner. I don't know what's ahead, but I have to focus on the here and now. So I woke up today. It's past January 17th. Today is January 18th. And so I've looked through my claims, and all these companies had till January 17th to take action on the claims. If they took no action after I disputed them, then the claim would be automatically released. So I have a few. I've had maybe 63 claims, went up maybe 66, something like that. Today, as of this morning, I have 23 or 24 claims. So I'm really surprised that a lot of them got released. Some got released that I never ever would have thought got released. So I must thank some of these companies for not being hard asses and idiots for trying to lay claim to this content that they know is not theirs. So there's definitely some companies I want to thank, and there's some companies that I want to call out and essentially boycott. I will never purchase anything from your company ever again, at least not directly through the channels that you have available. So let's do that now. I'm going to switch to my screen region share here. All right. I move this over here. Okay, so here is what my claims look like. It's just a single page now, down to about 24. This used to be multiple pages, I think. It used to be a lot longer, that's for sure. So here I went ahead and with my managed channel network, we've been working on these, sort of seeing where they're being flagged, what point they're being flagged, and who's claiming that, and what's the status. So this is the important thing right here, the January 18th status. As you know, as you can see, a ton of them have been released. So I do want to thank a few companies here. Tomb Raider, the guys at Tomb Raider, the guys at Capcom have mostly released everything. In fact, they have released everything. The EA, I was really surprised and thankful. EA has released their claims. Bandai has released their claims. Let's see, EA again has released the claims. I'm trying to find some other companies who have released the claims. There's even a few that I didn't expect to release. I want to thank Triple Vision Record Distribution for releasing the Metro Last Light Angry review. I want to thank the people behind the song that I used clips from in the Devil May Cry review. They are totally good sports since I sort of was making fun of their song, but they released the claim. Thank you guys so much. I think you realize and understand the value, even if it's negative press or somebody making fun of something, that you're still getting views for it. I'm sure I pushed a lot of traffic to that song after I did that review and highlighted that little parody there. So thank you guys. I've been having conversations with PlayNC, the guys who made Guild Wars 2, because they managed to claim a lot of my videos. And even though they rejected my disputes, they say that it's not their side, it's on the Japanese side. And they are working as hard as possible to try to contact their counterparts in that division to get those released. So thank you very much for working there. Another one that was really important to me is my Ride to Hell Retribution review right here. This particular one was rejected. My dispute was rejected by Earache Records. I called them out on Twitter. I emailed them, and a lot of you guys sent your tweets at them because they have a Twitter account. And the guy said that he will, release that claim. I mean, he said a few things in the email that I don't agree with, but ultimately he said that he would release the claim if I appealed it. So thank you guys in the Angry Army and people on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube for staying vocal on these and really helping me out. Now, here's a few companies that I want to call out, and these are the worst offenders. UMG, okay, that's one of them. Ministry of Sound, they're fighting me on my Elder Scrolls review. If you go to my Elder Scrolls review here, it's actually a mix here where I remix it and it becomes its own piece of content. This is less than 17 seconds. I'm really upset that they rejected my dispute and reinstated the claim. I plan to fully defend my rights on this. So Ministry of Sound Base 79, I don't appreciate that. I will not support them in any way. I have to choose my battles. The problem is that if YouTube, even if you're in the right, you can only have up to 3 appeals. Well, actually 2 appeals. Because if you go all 3 appeals and each company sends you a DMCA, those are automatic strikes. So YouTube automatically gives you a strike if a company sends you a DMCA notice, which is unfair because technically the dispute has not been resolved. That just means that, I'm appealing, I'm ready to go to court, they are sending me a DMCA, they are ready to go to court. You shouldn't put a strike on my channel until the court decides that I was in the wrong. That's when you put a strike. But no, that's not how it works at YouTube. They put the strikes on your account according to the big companies when they send you a DMCA. So I have to pick my battles. So what this one confused me. My worst top 10 worst games of 2008. The dispute was rejected by Square Enix, which is weird because the Tomb Raider stuff owned by Tomb Raider was released, but not the stuff from Square Enix proper, which I assume they are also, that one would be based in Japan. It seems like these Japanese companies are really not understanding and not getting what's happening here, and I think it's terrible PR for them, and I think that it's just not a good idea. I mean, I want to say some really angry stuff, but I'm trying to remain diplomatic. As you can see here, Sega released the claim, so thank you to Sega. I think Sega hopefully is starting to come around the corner. They took a big hit in PR from their incident with Total Biscuit and Shining Force. I think they're getting better about it. I haven't heard anybody still being screwed over by Sega at this current time. I think they've turned the corner. If you're still being screwed by Sega, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Square Enix rejected the dispute. What I found most interesting is, I waited these 30 days, and a lot of these companies wait till the last minute. And I don't know how this is, because there has to be some sort of custom system to let them know that they need to go in there and dispute or reject the dispute right before the time is up. And the only way they can know that is if a person manually goes through it. So they see a dispute, they see what it's about, and they dispute it, which is wrong. or it's an automated system that they're either using YouTube's API with their permission, or they're using YouTube's system without their permission, which in both cases would break the terms of service on YouTube, and then they'd be in the wrong. So I have no idea what's going on there. Either way, it's a bad scenario. But so Square Enix has not released the claim on this. Another dispute rejected from LTD, UMG, SME, and PIAS. SME is really, really bad. Merlin used to be bad, but most of their claims were rejected. It's weird because they're starting to pick their battles on the ones that they want to do. But primarily, the companies I'm upset with are SME, UMG, and WMG. The Orchard Music Group as well. These are essentially music companies. Shock Entertainment PTY is another one, another music company. LTD and Ministry of Sound. Aging fossils who are probably still upset over Napster, who are upset over digital distribution, who are desperately trying to find ways to make money, to maintain their old guard in this older system, when the whole world has moved on from that. And it's terrible. And I don't support any of these companies. I'm not going to buy music from any of these companies ever again in my life. SME, I would assume that that they also own this Music Unlimited that you get with the PlayStation 4 system. So I am no longer gonna support music for the Music Unlimited for Gamers application. I'm not gonna sign up for it. I'm gonna encourage everyone I know to cancel their subscription, to not do it because it's not worth it. And if that damns me, if that they use that in court against me as me essentially damaging their potential to earn money, then I put forth that you have damaged my potential to earn a living by not only delaying my videos and my show, but also claiming content, the other 23 minutes of my video, the other 35 minutes of my video that you have no right to whatsoever. So I'm more than willing to go to court over that. And even though I don't have as much as money as you guys, if you want to take me to court over it, then I'm sure there are people out there that will help me. I'm sure there are lawyers that will go pro bono, and you know, I'd have to find a good one, not just one that's looking to make a name for themselves, but one that has won cases of this type before. So I'm gonna pick my battles. The ones that are important to me. Let's go back to the screen share. Ones that are important to me, obviously, are my higher view ones, because I put a lot of work and effort into these, and a lot of people enjoy them. So I may remove the music on a lot of the rest of these just to put this behind me, but there are some that I absolutely refuse to give any ground to, because they have absolutely, none of these actually have any right to my content, but because I can only fight two at a time, I'm gonna have to pick my battles. Now, like I said, the Right to Hell company, Merlin, Earache, they said that they would release the claim, so that's the first one that I'm going to appeal. In fact, let's appeal it now. Rhea, are you sure you want to appeal? You'll be required to provide your contact information. An appeal result either in release of the claim on your video or a legal copyright notification from the claimant. That's the DMCA. In this event, your video will be taken down and you will receive a copyright strike on your account. So that's their two choices. He said that he would release the claim, so let's go ahead and do that now. You currently have 0 open appeals. You're allowed 3 open appeals at a time. Please select a reinstated claim to appeal. All right. So this wants a lot of my personal information. Give me a second to fill this in. Okay. So what I wrote in here, I put in my my personal information, and here's a little section for me to fill out. The purpose and character of use, I put, this was on a review of a video game in which the sound recording claimed in question plays from 3:39 through 4:14, which is 35 seconds. During a demonstration of gameplay, Rival Sons Pressure in Time plays during my active user-controlled gameplay. It is used for demonstration and review purposes and is edited and remixed, constituting it as a new piece of work. No infringement is intended. I do not claim ownership over the original work. I legally purchased this game, and I have every right to review this material under Fair Use Section 108 of U.S. copyright law. The claimer has no right to the other 34 minutes and 25 seconds of review content which they are now earning off of. And I hit the appeal button just now. Appeal successfully submitted. You will be notified with the outcome of the appeal. I have no idea how long this is going to take. Oh, there it is right there. Your appeal is awaiting response by February 17th of 2014. So guys, here's my appeal for Skyrim. Purpose and character of use. This was on a review of a video game in which the song clip claimed in question plays from 4:01 to 4:17, that's 16 seconds, during a parody segment in which the song Joey Negro Make a Move on Me radio edit plays. During those 16 seconds, the song is re-edited and remixed in with my own original video content, constituting it as a new piece of work. This is protected under Fair Use Section 107 of U.S. law. The Ministry of Sound UK is now earning full royalties from my complete work of 19 minutes and 20 seconds, whereas only 16 seconds of their content has been remixed and used. So that's the reason I gave there. The nature of the copyrighted work is 16 seconds of audio and less than 10 seconds of video content from the song Joey Negro, Make a Move on Me radio edit. The amount and substantiality of the portion used, I went ahead and put 16 seconds. YouTube always asks you the effective use upon the potential market for or value of the original work, which is probably what they're trying to get out completely, at least the courts are, and I put no effect, no negative effect or loss of revenue can be determined from using these 16 seconds of this work. And then I acknowledge this, but you know what, before I submit this one, which I think this one is ridiculous because I only use 16 seconds, I think I should probably, because with the Ride to Hell review, the guy said he would release the claim, I should probably do that same thing for PlayNC, because, you know, Guild Wars, the Guild Wars people, at least the US side, said that they would work in getting those removed. So I think the smarter idea is for me to submit the claims on these ones that they said, yes, we will work with you, or we will try to work with you to get them removed, because potentially those could be settled in a much shorter time, so I don't have to wait 30 days to do some of these major ones, because I think this Skyrim one and, say, you know, the Grand Theft Auto 5 one, those are going to be a lot more nerve-wracking. They're probably going to take a lot longer, and they can potentially take us to court over them. But I hope not. So let me switch gears real quick and just do the appeal for the, let's see which one. Serious trouble. Okay, so that clip from Square Enix lasted from 1640 to 1716. So 36 seconds. If they want to, that Japanese company wants to take me to court, I don't know if I have to go to their Japanese court or they have to come to the U.S. courts. I don't know, but I'm gonna appeal this because that's bullshit. As you can clearly tell, the content was, well, I'm not going to play it for you here, but if you watched it again, you can tell that the content was remixed. It was just their trailer playing, but my voice is talking over the whole thing. I'm using it for demonstration purposes only. I don't claim that piece of content I created. I'm using it for editorial and review purposes only, which is covered under fair use. So let's see if Square Enix wants to take me to court over it. So guys, in doing my homework a little bit more for this particular appeal, since I haven't heard from Square Enix directly that they will not issue me a DMC if I try to appeal this, I've been going through a lot of materials from Stanford, from different universities, and fair use cases in court. And for this next one here, let me show you. It says here, the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the original work. Well, that's important because when they're measuring fair use, there's 4 major factors, which is funny because the YouTube system that you're putting here, these 4 sections, are actually the 4 main factors that the courts look at. So in looking at some Stanford University libraries material, I was able to find a defense for the effective use upon the potential market for the original work. Because this is a top 10 worst games list, if Square Enix wants to fight me, they can try to say that my review damaged their revenue incomes, which is not right because this is editorial content, and I believe that's protected. And there have been a few cases on that before that the judge rules in favor of the reviewer. So what I want to do here, though, is I want to put some sort of legal defense that has some precedence in the courts. And I found one. It's called de minimis, which basically says the amount of copyrighted material use is so small that the court permits it without even conducting a fair use analysis. They provide an example here from the motion picture Seven. Several copyrighted photographs appeared in that film, prompting that copyright owner of the photographs to sue the producer of the movie. But the court said that they appear so fleetingly, they're obscured. Several of them, not all of them, were out of focus, virtually unidentifiable. Basically because they were used so fleetingly and so small, the court threw that out. And that was Scandoville versus New Line Cinema Corp, 147F 3D 215, second circa 1998. So I'm going to use that particular defense here. So I'm going to basically say that the effect is de minimis. Content appears so fleetingly and is also remixed with new audio and visual content that it does not infringe upon that it doesn't infringe upon the original work. And then I show the precedent, which precedent it was set forth by Scandinavian versus New Line Cinema Corp. So that's it. I submitted 2 appeals. I can only do 2. In fact, I can do 3. YouTube says, which would be incredibly stupid because of YouTube assigning automatic strikes if the company wants to issue you a DMCA. 3 strikes would take down the AngryJoeShow and would destroy my channel. I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm willing to fight for my rights. So I can't let these companies do this to us, do this to me, and I don't want them to win like this. This is wrong. And somebody needs to do something. Somebody needs to take a stand. So if it's got to be me, then it's got to be me. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next AngryJoeShow. I'll get back to work on the rest of the top lists now. I may put out another Let's Play or 2, just because I need a little bit of a little bit more time to sort through all this stuff. So All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you to those companies again for releasing the claims. And I await responses from those of you who think you have full rights to my material, which I don't believe you do. So I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.